Yo, what is up? Welcome to a video. My name is Hans. Let's jump right into it. So we're going to cover a few charts today. The first one is the S&P, the VIX. This is a volatility indicator. It tends to show the bottoms in the chart. We'll discuss that. We're going to look at the dollar a little bit and some freakish stuff going on there. We're going to check at support levels of Hex. The total market cap is breaking out of this triangle. We're going to take a look at the ETH dumper, the FTX drainer, the guy that hacked the FTX account and what he's doing with his coins. The GBTC discount popped up from yesterday and we will cover that. Welcome to the video. Thank you for coming. Let's jump right into it. Get your questions in if there are any, and we will jump right into it. So for us to find out when the bottom is in for crypto, the most important chart probably is the S&P, right? This is the great casino, the largest casino that there is. And what we are looking out for is the S&P does these three tops in this descending line. It comes up three times and then does tend to capitulate after that. So what we can see is we can see 1, 2, and we're closing up, getting closer to a third peak over here. It seems like it's getting some resistance in this area down here. And we will know when the bottom is in for crypto, when this finally does capitulate. So let's just quickly see, look at the dumps that these tend to do. There's a 35% retracement. Let's see what we've currently have. So we have a data point for this. So we've done about 27. 35% is down at 3,000. You can also see back here, this was the 2018, the great economic crisis that most of us lived through. You can see the three peaks, right? 1, 1, 2, 3, and then it collapses. Let's see how far we did retracement up here. So that was only a 20% retracement. So where are we currently at? 27. So I mean, we're either very close to it or it has already happened. So after all, the God market, the S&P, this is the largest companies in the US. This is probably the most important chart to have a look at. And if we break above 4,200, I would reconsider that maybe the bottom, this was the bottom back here in October. Unless we close up there, a candle up there, I would not consider anything otherwise. Next chart we will look at, and I'll just remove the BTC and we will pull it up. So the VIX indicator is volatility. When it measures volatility, when most of the trading happens. So these tend to happen obviously at the bottom of the market, right? Your capitulation, that is when most of the volume is traded. And when this spikes above 45, you tend to get a bottom. And by that, we will just pull up the Bitcoin chart to show you guys what it tends to look like. So you can see, so the orange line, obviously it's a line chart of Bitcoin, right? We can see this spike over here. This was the virus crash, the COVID crash over here. And we can see Bitcoin down here, bottomed, right? You have another spike up to 35 that marked the bottom of the bear market in 2018. Now, this is not all the data. I would like a Bitcoin chart with a bit more data. Let's get the index chart. It's this one over here. This has all the data, the BTC index chart. We had a lot of volatility during this crash. This was the 2018 bear market, the start of the bear market. We have another peak up here, which indicated the bear market bottom in August 2015. And if there's another one while Bitcoin existed, yeah, it was. You can see the large spikes up here to 47. Let's move it a little bit down because 45 is the important mark. And you can see that it peaked just about close to this bear market. So you want the VIX, you want the most volatility to happen to show you that the bottom is in. So firstly, we have the S&P, we have the VIX to take a look at. So we've been talking about the strength of the dollar for a while. Just to zoom out a bit, we haven't really broken out of these major levels. This is 105, and we've actually found support on it recently. Now, if we look at the indicator down here, we have massive bullish divergence, or this in this case is hidden bullish divergence. Let me just pull this up for you guys. So this is your continuation, right? This is bullish divergence, right? So as you can see, the price is going higher, yet the oscillator is going down. So this is on the weekly. You can just see the oscillator going down. In this case, the RSI is going down massively, yet price action is still to the upside, right? So the indicators are resetting. So this is a little bit worrying. We had this massive divergences at the top here, which was bearish divergences, right? But this pretty much has now played out and it's reset again, and this has formed massive bullish divergence. Unfortunately, it does not look good. The dollar can still chill out a little bit here and continue up. As if you guys remember, I had this target up here, a measured move, which now has played out, right? I just measured it again for you guys from there to there. This took you all the way to 105 and it played out. I thought we might get continuation to the downside, but unfortunately, the market still wants to continue. It looks like it. None of this is final, right? We'll just remove all of that. Let's quickly take a look at the total market cap. I have large support lines. Now, remember, the total market cap is all of the cryptocurrencies, including your stable coins and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of them. This was a little bear flag, or quite a massive bear flag that we have now broken out of, right? And this measured move, now you get a measured move from your triangle breakouts from the top to the bottom, and you place it at the breakout level. I've already done that. And this takes you very, very low, all the way to this monthly close at 300 billion valuation for the overall crypto market. That would put, because the stable coins are worth like 150 billion. On that note, let's look at USDT dominance, or the market cap of USDT on a shorter time frame. So 65 billion, and then all of the other stable coins with that. Let's look at the USDT dominance. Yeah, so this is still very, very bullish. 8% of the overall market is in USD Tether. And remember, as this goes to the upside, people flee their crypto positions for stable coins, for Tether, right? That unfortunately is a little bit bearish, right? As this looks very, very powerful. Let's just inverse this chart. Yeah, and if you were looking at this, this is very bearish, right? But it's the inverse. And yeah, it seems like a little bit more upside. We can actually do a little measured move, maybe all the way to 11%. Hopefully this makes a double top and does not happen. But let's see what the future has in store for us. So if you guys know that this is the wallet, one of the wallets of the FTX hacker, or drainer, they're calling him. And if we scroll down, or we should open up a little bit more of the transaction history. If we scroll down, we can see this guy selling 5,000 ether at a time, right? 5,000 ether here, 5,000 ether here, 5,000 ether here. Let's just pull up the Ethereum chart. And it would be, in fact, better to just check out the ETH versus BTC pair. So Ethereum is suffering a little bit versus BTC. And I must say, this is very overvalued here, although the fundamentals in Ethereum has changed a little bit, right? As it's currently net deflationary. But if we just pull up a Fibonacci tool, I would have expected it to at least come back to 4.3, but that might not happen as Ethereum is very bullish. Although it looks like it has some room to come down. Let's look if we can see any divergences on the RSI. No, not really. So we'll just have to keep an eye on and see what Ethereum is doing. So Ethereum is taking a little bit more punishment because that Ethereum hacker is, or the FTX hacker is dumping down the price for REN BTC, and I'll show you guys now. Yeah, so Ethereum taking a little bit of punishment. We still haven't broken the lows, right? But the altcoins tend to lag Bitcoin, right? So as you can see here, he sends out, and we can see what he swapped it for, 660 Ether at a time for 46 Bitcoin. And he then sends it through, you can see this transaction here, he then sends it to the REN bridge to obviously a Bitcoin wallet. Now the REN.bridge is an Ethereum protocol, which is, it custodies some BTC, and this was also backed by Alameda Research, funnily enough. There's another bridge, WBTC, I think, is another bridge. So what it does is you go to REN.bridge, you then send Bitcoin to an address that's generated for you, and then that Bitcoin is then converted to REN BTC, which is wrapped BTC on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, there are a few different wrapped Bitcoin versions, this being one of them. Or you can send Ethereum, or you can send REN BTC to that contract address, and then it sends you BTC to your BTC wallet, right? So it's a good way to cash out, and it's, I think, I don't know how anonymous it is, but as we can see here, we can't see where the Bitcoin went to or what address it went to, right? But there would be chain analysis on the BTC chain that would be able to tell you where these coins are going. So Bitcoin GBTC has a little bit of a pump here, which is good to see. Only 42% now. Only 42% now. So yeah, let's get to your chat. Resolution is still not great. Let me see here if I can activate something in the settings. Recordings. So I probably need to subscribe to StreamYard to get the paid version, probably, because I see here it's only broadcasting quality is only at 720p, and I can't change it for some reason. This is the quality of stream we'll send to YouTube. Maybe it's because I'm currently streaming. it could be that. I'll change it afterwards. Sorry about that, guys. When do you think Bitcoin bottom will be? It's impossible to tell you, but it seems like Richard Hart is right. But the price, about the price, but we have to wait for the stock market to bottom. This is going to be your most valuable indicator or most reliable indicator when this finally does bottom. This could be the third and final top before we break down, like back here. 1, 2, 3, and then you get your dump, right? So wait for this to play out. Yes, it would be, imagine that being the case. Subscribe and get a better resolution. Stop a live stream, add video in editor, and add 180p 60. So I'm using StreamYard. Unfortunately, I can't save this live stream. I need the paid version. But if this continues to be an issue, I'm just going to go back to using OBS. The X bottom is at a penny, 1 BTC is at 140. It very much looks like that might be the case. We have we can go, the monthly won't tell us that much, as it's much clearer on the weekly. So we'll just look for confluence, as many touches on the chart as possible. So our first support comes in at 2 cents. And then we have a large support at 1.4 cents. We can see that it acted as support in the big payday. Also acted as resistance, I should say resistance, right? Acted as resistance, the New Year's pump, and then also February 21. It then finally broke out on the 1, 2, 3, 4th push, and then came back to retest it as well. Which this is called a sign of strength, right? And off we went. And unfortunately, this weekly candle, being such a large candle, there's no support here. The market does not like going through candles like these, right? It wants to come down and find some structure where there was at least a few touch points, right? So yeah, we've looked at the BTC price. Do you guys want me to take a look at some of the other coins? Let's quickly cover them for you guys. So Hedron has broken down below its 2000 level. And my target for this, obviously, I've shown you guys recently, is down at the 1000 level. Yeah, so more downside on the daily as well. Let's look at the RSI on the daily quickly. Yeah, so getting pretty oversold right now. The last time we were this low was back when we finally bottomed down here. So yeah, quite an aggressive selling happening now. Let's pull up the 78.6 level. This is your next support level, and then the 88.6 level, which coincides with this Wyckoff check. So yeah, it looks like, and it has more downside on the RSI as well. Let's look at the MFI. Probably very, it's not even oversold yet, so we need the MFI to come down as well. So Hex taking a little bit of punishment as well. The X chart always takes so long to load. Let's pull up the RSI here. This is the daily. So the RSI popping up a little bit, which I wanted it to go down into the oversold areas, which doesn't seem like it wants to do. The stochastic RSI, once again, is in its position. Let's pull up the MFI. We want all three of these to be low, to be below 30 or below its bottom of its range. The MFI is, the RSI has a little bit more room to go. It does look like this wick wants to get eaten. Now, there's a saying in cryptocurrency that wicks and tails like to get eaten, which means that the market will come and fill in this whole position, this whole area where the wick came. Because when you get a wick like this, the market of all of that buy support, all of those buy orders that were sitting there has now been filled. So there isn't that much buying pressure left, as everybody has got their orders filled, right? So what we want to see is we simply want the RSI to come down a little bit, and we're so close to it, and then that is a perfect buy signal, right? The last time we had that good buy signal was back here, this area up here, and that was like 3 cents, and we rallied all the way up to 5 cents. And the last time before that was over here. You could see the RSI being nice and low down here, the stochastic. Technically, the MFI wasn't that low back here, but very close to it. And then we rallied up to 5 cents and 7.3 cents. So this could be a local bottom coming in the next few days. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a little bit of a rally in the crypto market, maybe to come retest these bottom levels before finally breaking down. So that's 17,500 perhaps. Let's look the RSI on the daily for Bitcoin. It can still come down a little bit, right? Let's pull up the stochastic and then the MFI. So this is the same. This isn't good. The RSI stochastic is still up. The MFI, let's just change that to 12. So it's currently in position. The stochastic needs to come down a little bit and the RSI a little bit more. So probably the next few days, we might get a reversal at the least. Yeah, we've covered that. HD streaming on the professional plan, you can stream in high definition 180p, but we recommend 180p unless you and your guest have a solid internet connection. Yeah. Use OBS. Yeah, it seems like I need to go back to using OBS as it's not. You guys probably can't even see the numbers. I've looked at the live stream on myself, and yeah, it's not good. The image, this image is fine, but the chart, it's not great. This has been 23 minutes. We've covered Hex, we've covered Hedron. ICOSA breaking down even further, unfortunately. So I can guess that the market is pretty depressed, right? And we've made new lows. So yeah, we'll continue looking at that. Let's look at what the indicators are telling us. RSI, very oversold. And then the last one, the MFI. So according to this strategy, if the MFI is down here, no, it's not. It's weird that you see price going down because this is a strong divergence, a strong bullish divergence on the MFI. Price is going down, yet the indicator is going up aggressively. So this is a hidden bullish divergence, might show a little bit of a reversal. But I mean, these indicators are so, I mean, they're so juicy down here. But this is probably just for like a daily trade until these prices get oversold like it was back here or up here. But it's hard to be bullish at all right now, as I mean, everything is just simply destroyed, right? Let's look at some of the other alts and see how they're doing. FTT, Chili's down 6%, INJ, Dixie, Sol absolutely getting wrecked, right? Down 96%. I mean, we feel for you guys. So Ave still holding up well. Omisgo totally losing its structure here. TRX, Crow. So crypto.com, after the FUD, let's see how far it's down. Remember, this exchange also had rumors that it's insolvent, also 95%. Wow, this GRT totally wrecked, 98%. Woo is another exchange, wrecked. Flow, destroyed as well. This is a layer 1 coin, right? Is it possible that the indicators go down and the price consolidate, which invalidates the point of buying there? How you know we're near safes to buy? I wouldn't say we're safe to buy. That indicators just shows you that it is a good buy area, right? Now, I don't trade. You will get wrecked, and you're responsible for your own decisions, right? But I've used these indicators successfully in the past as well. But if you just ignore the price, these were very good areas to sell. When all three of them are at the top, that literally showed you the top, right? And let's look at this top, which was at 7 cent exactly on the day. Your RSI oversold, your stochastic oversold, and your MFI over. In its, I shouldn't say oversold for the MFI. It's at the top of its range, right? And then you get your top up here. It's just simply what the chart tells you, right? And we can look at this one as well. Now, the RSI wasn't in a valid area, no. The stochastic and the MFI slightly. So yeah, that's simply just what the indicators tell you. That this might be an area where you would be reversing, but not just yet. The RSI has a little bit more room to go because it's currently sitting at 30 and the oversold area, or it's currently sitting at 31.2 and the oversold area is at or below 30. So you need it to go below 30. And this can take a few more days depending on how much buying is coming in here. But I mean, everybody is bearish, right? Everybody's saying lower prices, and what happens then? The market reverses, right? How about ETH and ETH Fair? Let's look at those for you. This is ETHW. This is the daily chart. We've pretty much made new lows, right? Which isn't the best to see. There's nothing I can tell you about this except that the indicators are pretty oversold. The RSI, yeah, they're still not. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great. ETH also made new lows. Still has a little bit more room on the MFI to come down, but the rest of the indicators are very oversold. I mean, we probably should not even be looking at altcoins right now, right? Yeah, dollar cost average is best. I tried to dollar cost average 1K a week, started since September, planning to do it until July 2024. That sounds perfect to me. I'm pretty sure you'll be very happy in 3 years' time because these cycles last 4 years, right? Just like it's done 4 cycles, for the last 12 years, right? So I do expect another 4-year cycle, a very parabolic one as well. And this is probably the last 4-year cycle before we have the 4-year cycle theory end, perhaps. And by then, crypto would be so regulated and Bitcoin will be, unless we get hyperinflation. If we get hyperinflation, Bitcoin could actually go to millions. Yeah, so crypto is real. Crypto is here to stay. So remember, do play from a position of strength. Don't get wrecked. Please don't get wrecked. So get your coins off exchanges. It's not financial advice, but that is life advice. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow. As the market is pretty boring, the viewers are ticking down, and yeah. Hex at 267 right now. Yes. 267. There was a little bit of an oversold bounce. But yeah, seems like we have a little bit more downward pressure to go. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, cheers and bye-bye.